10 misconceptions around popular foods. Let's check it out, fam. He said misconceptions around. What do you mean by that? In the thumbnail, it was a picture of lasagna, just for reference.
You probably think you know.
Alright, just snacking down. Oh my god, looks like he's kissing the burger. I'm sorry. And they actually give you, whenever, I don't think you got this from a restaurant, I think it was homemade. Maybe not. They actually gave like a proper amount of sauce, bro. If restaurants give me that amount of sauce right there, I would be happy, bro. I'd actually pay like $3 per sauce or whatever. Sauce is important, bro. I'm not trying to get no freaking dry. Like, I can have if they include the sauce, I can have a steady stockpile of food that I can actually tolerate that is reheated from fast food companies, but some don't even sell the sauce. They'll just be like, ask at the window, right? And you ask at the window, they'll give you like maximum 10 sauces. And then, yeah, you just can't pick up like a lot at once, and it kind of sucks, right? Plus the food kind of goes bad within a week, right? Anyways, what a digression.
Favorite foods like the back of your hand by now. After all, you've been eating.
Yeah, and I don't like my burgers that big, guys. I don't eat that much at once. Even if I don't eat the day before, I just don't eat that much. I don't know why. Do I not work out enough? I don't know, but yeah.
Them long enough to be an expert. But believe it or not, a lot of what you think you know about your favorite foods isn't the whole enchilada. So today, we're serving up some misconceptions about popular foods. Before we get started, be sure to
Misconceptions? I didn't know there was misconceptions.
subscribe to the Weird
It looks like Denny's.
History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other culinary misconceptions.
Oh snap! Mac and cheese plus. I've never tried. I keep seeing on TikTok. You get like the little cup of mac and cheese from Popeyes. You put it on top of your chicken sandwich. Like the patty, it's good like that. But yeah, Popeyes has real good mac and cheese. Bacon on the chicken sandwich. I personally don't like it.
You would like us to correct. Okay, time to set the record straight.
Lasagna doesn't have ricotta. What is
When you
ricotta?
think of lasagna, odds are you think of Garfield.
When I think of lasagna, I think of that frozen brand called Stouffer's, bro. They make some very good frozen lasagna. It's like restaurant style, and then they do a very good job of it. I grew up eating frozen pizzas. It switched to lasagna. I don't really eat pizza as much as I used to though.
Who's
It's recently just switched to like mostly chicken for me.
famous for
But yeah, I was a very picky eater growing up.
absolutely loving this
I
stuff,
digress.
even though you shouldn't feed that to a cat. We actually have a lot of questions about what goes on in that house, but Garfield doesn't really love lasagna,
I ain't seen no Garfield too.
it turns out.
Yeah, not bad on short notice.
He loves the American version of lasagna, which is different from the traditional Italian dish.
What did I tell
What?
In America,
Okay, makes sense.
most lasagnas are made by alternating layers of meat sauce, mozzarella cheese, ricotta cheese, and lasagna noodles.
Okay, they're onto
Some
something.
folks like to mix things up by using cottage cheese or even cream
I'm good on the cottage cheese, but I'm good on the cream cheese, though, fam.
cheese instead of ricotta, which might leave you wondering which way is the Italian way? Well, the answer is none of them. In a traditional Italian lasagna, you do a layer of noodles, meat sauce, mozzarella, and then bechamel sauce, which is the sauce
It looked like
made
ranch.
from milk, nutmeg, and roux.
Look at him. He got a mini grinder to freshly grate that. It's either the mini grinder or a machine, right? A machine that, you kind of get like metal particles in your food. But then again, it's made with a machine. It all comes down to if you want somebody touching your food with their hands or not. And there's a whole big debate on whether that is good or not on TikTok. But
Basically a mixture of butter and flour. So why did the recipe change when it came
okay, milk, butter, and
to
flour.
the States? Well, diners weren't big on bechamel sauce, so Italian restaurant owners simply adapted to more American tastes by adding ricotta instead, proving once again that the quickest way to Americans' wallets is a bunch of extra cheese. There are also variations where the extra white sauce or white
There's a reason there's a lot of rats in New York City. We're closely related, okay? I mean, even genetically. I like cheese. Nothing wrong with that, I hope.
cheese layer is left out entirely, although those aren't as common.
Peanut butter is likely Incan. Peanut butter is a great dish. Also kind of a messy and like pretty overpowering taste,
Sweet
really.
and savory,
Peanut butter and banana sandwich. Okay, I'll try it.
and convenient, peanut butter sandwiches are
Oh, well, peanut butter on both sides.
easy to
I might be onto something.
make and customize however.
What if you put like, okay, peanut butter on the bottom bread, jelly in the middle, and then peanut butter on the top bread? Is that might be? I gotta try something like
you
that.
want. Like the
But right now, I had some caffeine, so I'm not gonna be eating for like a few hours at
Mr.
least.
Potato Head of lunches.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
Seriously, peanut butter has done more collaborations than Pharrell Williams. It's a quintessential
Literally, who?
American food, but maybe not the American.
Oh yeah, easy food, bro. You just like pick it up and eat it right out the jar, man. It's got like that protein. You know, when our body craves protein, we gotta have it, bro.
You're thinking of. As it turns out, the Incas may have been using a form of peanut butter hundreds of years ago. That
I'm sure they would.
makes
Pretty easy dish to make as well. You just like grind up
peanut
peanuts.
butter a South American invention, although North America can lay claim to the modern version. The peanut butter we all know and love, even if we can't agree on the whole smooth versus chunky thing, was first invented in 1895 by John Harvey Kellogg, the famous cereal maker.
Rings a
It's
bell.
been an American staple ever since. Sorry, George Washington Carver. Right now you may be thinking, wait, didn't I learn that George Washington Carver invented peanut butter? Carver didn't
No, I didn't. I graduated so long ago. I don't think I even learned that.
invent it, but he did invent over 300 uses for peanut butter, including shampoo, shaving cream, glue, and so many others that it would take several videos for us to just list them all. Wait, shaving cream? My armpits will
Okay, I didn't expect to see this one. Don't worry, I'm gonna press play.
never be the same.
Excuse me.
Hey,
I happened to be passing, and I thought you might like some coffee. Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
When many of us grab a morning coffee, we'll reach for the dark roast if we're feeling particularly sluggish, like we stayed up too late playing Tony Hawk.
This one is hard.
After all, the dark roast is stronger, so it should wake you up more, right?
does it?
Not so much. The truth is almost the opposite. As a rule of thumb, if you're really trying to get the most oomph out of
Coffee, bro. Oh, this must be an ad. It has to be an ad. What? Digressing into coffee. No, this is an
a
ad.
cup of coffee, you want as light
They got me because they didn't put chapters in this video, but this is an ad. I'm sure,
as
right?
possible. That's because
Never mind. Never mind. Why am I thinking? I thought for a second there, I thought this video was all about peanut butter. Silly me.
the beans
Sorry, caffeine. Caffeine jumbles me up sometimes.
haven't had as much mass burned out of them. Although in fairness, there really isn't that much of a difference. So what does that mean for those super strong coffees that claim to be the darkest, most intense roast and are covered with all sorts of health disclaimers? Well, to put it simply, they're full of beans. The truth is, those companies are overcharging you for a blend that contains an unknown percentage of low-quality coffee, like the punch bowl
Nobody wants low quality coffee, bro.
at a Folgers office.
Everybody wants. I'm sure there's some out there that just waste the bank on coffee. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Science behind tea and biscuits. Okay.
Many cultures around the world regularly drink tea, but none have made as big a deal out of it as the British. For hundreds of years,
Like, there's a few years where I drank like so much tea, and I would be like, I drink like a couple pots of tea a day, and it'd just be like caffeine, freaking overload, man.
now, they've had a tradition of taking a break in the mid-afternoon for tea and biscuits, which are what the Brits call cookies, probably just to keep everyone on their toes.
Hey, some biscuits are good though.
Literally just tastes like nothing.
I love them.
I love them. This is like literally the essence of bland.
For most outsiders, taking tea looks like one of the most fun parts of British culture. After all, who wouldn't enjoy stopping in the middle of the day to drink some Earl Grey and eat cookies? But why tea
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna visit the UK one day once we make it. And we're gonna try out their tea. I'm gonna make a short of it or something.
and cookies?
I'm dying.
Jolly.
Traditional British biscuit is made about 100 times better when dipped in a cup of tea.
Some have concluded that the tradition came about as a way for people to flaunt their wealth during the days of the old British Empire. While that may or may not be true, there's actually a scientific reason for the biscuits. Long story short, black tea contains tannins, which you can also find in red wine.
So if you've ever had a sip of wine and it really dries out your mouth, that's because of tannins.
And can make you feel sick
Wait, what? You said what?
if you drink them on an empty stomach. So it's a good idea to always eat a little something with black tea. And that something might as well be cookies. The sweetness of the biscuits also helps.
I didn't really dip my stuff in the. I never tried dipping. I never was somebody that dipped biscuits into milk or biscuits into tea. Never really got into that.
Mask the bitterness,
Sweetness.
tannins in the tea.
Hard tacos. Hard tacos. That's my weak point, bro. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Taco Bell. They they have a good recipe, right? There's a reason why this food costs all food costs money, but there's a reason why this Taco Bell charges like $5 a taco, man. $5, yes.
When most Americans think of tacos, they likely think of the hard shell variety you can find in grocery stores and restaurants across the country. It's one of Taco Bell's signature menu items, and the hard taco is so ubiquitous in the United States that in most places, you have to specifically request a sauce.
Just like 5 or 10 years ago, they were 69 cents each, bro. And now they're like $2.69, $3.69, man.
Soft taco, like you're ordering a Dr. Pepper with no ice. But at the end of the day, tacos are a Mexican dish, and nobody really eats hard shell tacos in Mexico.
Oh, this one's well known, bro, because
So where did this crunchy little guy come from? Well,
I know all about this one.
it's hard to pin down exactly where it was invented, but the hard shell taco started becoming popular in the United States in the early 1900s.
That's a huge taco. This image looks AI generated. Is it?
And is
Because AI generated images are known to have weird brushy kind of properties to it.
been popular ever since. However, if you're trying to find an American-style hard taco in Mexico, you will likely be disappointed. Not only are Mexicans extremely unlikely to put a taco in a hard shell, even to please tourists, but also most tortillas.
Nah, bro. I 100% disagree. I just recently saw a video of this guy that was in Mexico that was he was working in a food truck and they did have hard shell tacos. I disagree, fam.
Are made out
Because hard shell tacos they're good, okay?
of corn, as opposed to the flour tortillas typically used in the U.S.
Peeling potatoes removes their nutrients.
Or potatoes,
I'm sure it removes some, right?
if you're a Gershwin fan, are pretty popular around the world.
Potato skins, I'm not for them though.
Like the Tom Cruise of root vegetables. And they're especially popular in America, where people use them as a side dish for just about everything. From French fries with the skins removed to mashed potatoes with the skins removed.
French fries are a staple in the USA now. Let's be real. Be real. All the different French fry flavors.
Americans really
Every French fry tastes different from all these different companies.
love their potatoes, with the skins removed. Many American recipes specifically instruct you to peel the potatoes and discard the skins, like they're some sort of shameful secret. Aside from making the U.S. a terrifying place for the potato head family to live, the American practice of peeling spuds before cooking them is actually pretty unhealthy. Roughly 50% of the vitamins and fiber you get from eating a potato are in its skin. So when you peel a potato, you're essentially taking half of the good stuff and throwing it right in the trash.
No!
Although you may have some vitamin-enriched neighborhood
This looks AI generated.
raccoons that would thank you.
Pasta carbonara is traditionally light. Never tried pasta carbonara. Never been a pasta dude. That means no Olive Garden, by the way.
Pasta carbonara, sometimes called chicken carbonara when it's trying to hide from its attorney, is an American dish you can find in Italian restaurants all over the United States.
Yep, Olive Garden.
Recipes vary, but it's typically served with peas in it, along with a whole lot of everything else. Anyone ordering pasta carbonara in the States can expect to be served a Goliath of pasta, meat, and veggies, including eggs, Parmesan cheese, cream, bacon, and chicken. Ironically, classic Italian pasta carbonara is a traditional
Oh, that's what we need inside our house.
pasta dish that
Wait, why do they have so many, like, nut butters on the side there? Wonder where this picture is taken. But look at all those peanut butters and stuff.
was designed
And they are stocked up on that crab cheese for
to
sure.
be a simple way to make something quick and hearty out of whatever may
Definitely looks like a USA cabinet though. Like, look at the Sweet Baby Ray's, the yellow mustard that looks like it's from Walmart. The Vlasics and stuff. All USA products. I know almost every single one of these brands here.
be lurking in a fairly empty pantry. It's actually an easy recipe that usually consists of eggs, pasta, guanciale, black
Nah, bro, an easy recipe is combining like 2 ingredients in a coffee mug and microwaving it. This is gonna take 1 hour plus to prepare, man.
pepper, and pecorino romano cheese, not Parmesan. Because guanciale is pork jowl, some chefs say bacon is an okay substitute if you can't find the real stuff. But chicken isn't ever supposed to be part of the recipe. It's also a big no-no to add cream, and mixing green peas into a pasta carbonara is considered a felony in
Peas is good.
Italy.
Really?
As for where the name does
No, you're
come
kidding.
from, well,
That's to be the sarcastic, right?
no one really knows.
Imagine they actually had laws like that.
It's derived from the Italian word carbonaro, which means charcoal burner. That's led some to guess the dish was conceived as a meal for Italian coal workers. Other guesses include the possibility the name was derived from a Roman restaurant called La Carbonara, which may have invented or otherwise popularized the dish. Wonder where they stood on green peas.
I am about to eat a la carbonara.
Yeah, I'm also wondering. Fortune cookies aren't Chinese? Okay. That's news to me.
See my fortune now. You're gonna be eaten by a big greasy monster. Have a nice day.
There was a show called It in 1990. Okay.
Fortune
Never seen an episode, but
cookies are believed by many to be a quintessential element of Chinese cuisine. You finish
From the
eating,
movie then,
and you
right?
break open one of those crunchy treats to reveal some lucky numbers and your fortune.
roach.
Assuming it wasn't exceptionally bad news, you eat your cookie. It's like a dessert invented by a gambling addict. But the truth is,
Is it really?
fortune cookies are about as authentically Chinese as Tommy Lee Jones.
Dude. But hey, the Chinese places will still give you one. So I'm gonna think of it like that.
According to most accounts, the fortune cookie was actually invented by a Japanese-American man from San Francisco in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Yep, fortune cookies are manufactured entirely in America.
Well, that dude deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, bro. They're really good, okay? They're really good. Get a little paper in them. A paper infused cookie.
In fact, most of them are made by a group called Wonton Foods Incorporated.
The huge Japan company. There we go. Cup noodle, by the way. That's, I think that's also what they make.
In a factory in Brooklyn, which, as you geography aces may have already noticed, is not in China. Wonton is said to make at least 4.5 million fortune cookies a day, and the demand has become huge.
Sheesh.
Thanks to American culture, Chinese restaurants all over the world now end their meals with a fortune cookie. Except in China itself, where they don't serve fortune cookies at all. Who saw that one coming?
应该是外国的吧？对，以前吃过吗？没有。
不认识，不认识。
They don't like it. Or that some do. Yeah, fortune cookies are dubbed. Pudding wasn't originally sweet.
Most of us probably think pudding
Sorry.
is a something to be enjoyed at the end of the meal or traded at the lunch table for an even more sugary dessert. But when it comes to British cuisine, it
I can't imagine what it would taste like then.
seems like anything can be a pudding, and often is. There are savory dishes like steak and kidney pudding.
Oh, and gee, those are some like. I'm trying to find a word to describe these biscuits, bro. Like eccentric, bro.
But there are also many dessert dishes called pudding.
That's not
Which
pudding,
make
bro.
things more confusing.
Those are
Dessert
biscuits.
is referred to as pudding, even if pudding isn't actually being served. How does every British meal not end in a fistfight? Believe it or not, calling everything a pudding actually has some important food history behind it. Back in the early days of England, people used to boil meat in an animal's stomach.
What?
Presumably
How?
because there weren't any crate and barrels around, so they couldn't buy any pots. They called this boiled meat pudding, and over time,
Nah, pot pie? I'm good.
they started adding grains to
I tried pot pie once in my life and I threw up afterwards. I have food
go
intolerances.
with the meat they boiled. This then evolved to boiling meat in cloth bags rather than animal stomachs and making recipes with more grains until they finally started making sweet puddings too. The humble snack pack took a long, meaty road to get to your
Yellows are alright.
lunchbox.
They're alright. That's actually a good flavor though. Anyways, thank you for watching. Check out Weird History Food in the description. I don't know why they haven't got their verified badge. People are arguing they didn't invent peanut butter. We gotta watch a video to find out what actually happened. Anyways, thank you for watching, fam. See you next one.